Alright guys, so finally, like 2 months later, that's about how long it's been since, sorry, that was my phone, since I took the fuel pump apart, the Kawasaki. I've had the part for a long time now, but finally, it's time to get it done and get this thing back together. And then do a little bit of work to those two still. I actually did take those riding the other day. It's like 5 days ago now, and they did really good, but they both started leaking fuel out of the carburetors, so I'll be rebuilding the carburetors on those soon here. But first is focusing on this and trying to get this thing running right, because it is in the way and it's just a mess everywhere. But I'm gonna get to cleaning this. As you guys remember how dirty it is in there, just disgusting. Like, that's the old filter, fell apart, that's all rusty. Hopefully my seals are good. That one's gonna be nice and dry now, so I gotta be careful for that. And then I believe this is some sort of other filter. It's not replaceable though, so I'm gonna try and clean out in there, and then just clean up that really good, and put it back together and find out that that's probably not the problem either, and just gotta figure this thing out. So starting here, so I'll get this thing cleaned up and put back together, and I'll be back with you guys. Alright guys, so I got it all cleaned up for the most part, and I started putting it back together, and I got this on there with the motor in there and the new filter on the bottom. But then I had my connection for one of the wires break because of how bad it was getting, so I'll have to put a new connection on the end of this wire in the morning, and then I can put the top back on it and then bolt this thing back up, and then be good to go, and put it back in the gas tank and put some gas in and see if it works. So till the morning. Alright guys, so I got the broken connector right here that goes on the fuel pump, and I got a new connector right here, so I'm just going to cut it, strip the wire and put a new one on, and I'll take the blue thing off of there, the cover, and I'll probably bend it so it fits on there like that one. Actually, I might not even have to bend it. Well, to see where the wire goes, actually. We'll see. So I'm gonna get this connector on this wire. Alright guys, so I got that connector on the back here, and I got the black wire routed up and to where it's supposed to be grounded. I got the blue wire going down here and it's hooked up, and I got the top back on there. Looks like it's all closed, except for, yeah, nope, it's all closed, as you guys can see. And now I just gotta put this back on there, and make sure that this gets plugged in right there, and that this gets grounded out. And I gotta find where those screws went. Oh, here they are, right there, two little guys. And yep, there's the old filter again. And then it'll be all back together and ready to be put back in the gas tank there. And before I put it in there, I'm actually just going to make sure that it's all clean and there's no dirt in there, because then that'll just dirty up the filter again. So I'm going to put this back on real quick and finish putting this together. Alright guys, so there you have it. It's all hooked up and back together. I wasn't sure if this green wire actually went over the top of this or underneath it. So I just tucked it underneath it for when it's sitting in your tank. It's not going to come loose or anything like that. And then I noticed on mine, at least down here, looks like the wires are about to break, but I'm just gonna leave it and just be very careful putting it back in. And if I had to guess, that's just to read the level, but I am not sure. But there you guys have it. So now time to clean out the tank and put it back in. Alright guys, so here's my fuel tank, and as you can see there, look at all that dirt and stuff from that fuel filter being like broken, and all that dirt and stuff came out with it. And there's the other part of it. So I'm gonna get that cleaned out and then put it all back together. Alright guys, and I got the pump back in there. It's all tightened down. Just tighten them until the bolts pretty much stop. And just make sure what I had to do, since guys, it's been like 2 months I've had this apart for, and finally found some time to do it. And I just looked at the bike here, or the machine real quick, the quad, and saw that the fuel line goes out that side, and then the wiring harness you want going out the right side, just like that. So now it's time to put the tank back in. Alright guys, I just went for a little ride. I just had the fuel pump hooked up, and then got the seat on it, and then put some gas in it, and then checked the oil, and went for a little ride, and it actually works. And you guys can hear probably the muffler. Yep. So that actually fixed it. So that actually makes a lot of sense. I was actually really hoping that was gonna be the problem, because I didn't want to have to try and find a broken wire or something. But it was a clogged fuel filter, or in my case, it just fell apart. Yeah. So mine is all fixed. That was the problem. It was the fuel filter, and I believe I still have maybe not. I thought I still had the packaging for the number, but if I can find the number, I'll try and put it on the video for you guys, so you guys can get a fuel filter for yours, and keep it nice and clean in there, because definitely will make it bog if it's dirty, as I found out. But it just needs to be tuned now, and I got a tuner over there somewhere that I can hook up, and I got a full exhaust for it, and gotta put the front plastic on it, and the skid plate, and I fixed the drain plug because it was leaking, and then this thing should be a ripper again. So there you guys have it. Alright guys, so I was thinking about the Kawasaki, and I decided that I'm actually just going to take the fuel pump back out and rebuild it by putting a new motor in there, new pressure regulator, and all that stuff, all new gaskets and everything. So the reason why I didn't do that the first time was because I wasn't even sure that the fuel filter in there was actually a problem. And now that I had it replaced, and I was actually able to test it out, now it ran way better. But now I feel like the way it was acting when I was riding it, it felt like in the higher RPMs, it wasn't getting enough fuel. And I don't know if the pump is just weak, or if the fuel pressure regulator piece in the fuel pump is a little clogged, but I'm just gonna rebuild it. So I'm gonna do that now. I got a kit right there already, and I'm gonna get that done. Alright guys, and I got the gas tank back in it and everything, ready to test out tomorrow. And here's the old pump and the fuel pressure regulator.